There we go, Coach. Good to see you.
You too.
I know, Senior Day is going to be tomorrow night, and I know you guys are going to be honoring, I think, Aaron and Jonathan Ned. Can you speak to them just a little bit? But also, there are a couple other guys. I know Braylon and Noah are also seniors. Kind of clarify whether why they're not being honored tomorrow.
Well, it's their option. They have the option to come back because because of the COVID rules from a year ago. So same thing with Jalen Ingram, which I'm certain will get a red shirt. I mean, I don't know how he wouldn't. So that's their choice not to do that. Jonathan Ned, unfortunately, has just had a rough year. He had a really good spring and summer, and then he didn't get any time early, and then he got hurt, and he's just not available to us. So this should turn into a redshirt year for him, when it's all said and done, because I don't envision him being able to play he hasn't been able to play at all, and I don't envision him being able to play this week or next, and we wouldn't do that. I mean, he let him get his year. Aaron's done a really good job. I mean, look where he's at in the assist totals and for the year. And he's come in, he's worked extremely hard. He spends a ton of time in this gym or in the practice gym, even when we're not practicing. He's a total gym rat. He works extremely hard, very intense. And he's been a benefit to our team.
Just a real quick follow-up, if you don't mind, with everything that's going on this year, the record, et cetera, how do you want this team, especially these upperclassmen, you guys who came in, to be remembered by fans?
Well, you know what? I'm not there, Anthony. I'm sorry, because we got a game, and I'm never in a reflective mode till the season's over. And right now it's in a proactive mode of how we get ready for Tennessee. By that, I mean, at the end of the year is another story. But right now, I just can't. It's hard for me to go there. It's more, we're right in the moment, and that's kind of where my mind is.
I got you.
Tom, you didn't mention PJ Horn. I don't know if he's in the same boat as those other guys in terms of, does he have another year?
Well, I don't think he's going to choose to use it. I guess that would be up to him. But I think we are honoring him tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. And so I think we are. I think he chose for that. But he's done a good job. Yeah, he really has. He's worked hard at his rehab. He's around the team. But I don't envision that, with the injuries that he's had. But again, you never say never.
And have Bridges, Bauman, Ingram, have they expressed a desire to play again at Georgia?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, this is where they would play because of the fact, I mean, they've transferred, Braylon's transferred, Noah's transferred. So I would assume that. I mean, certainly there's been nothing to lead me to believe they wouldn't.
Okay. And I was going to ask you about Christian Harrison. What kind of development you think he's had this season?
I'm sorry, who?
Christian
Wright.
Oh, Christian Wright. I thought you said Christian Harrison.
Harrison was a couple of years ago. I'm sorry,
we're really going old school. So,
yeah.
Though I love coaching Christian Harrison too. My first year, we basically went into no catch denial, boxing one type defense on Tremont Waters. And basically Tremont got so tired, I think he took himself out of the game, or Will gave him a rest. I mean, it changed the whole game. We ended up losing the game on our last possession. Christian Harrison was valuable. Christian Wright's done a really good job. I mean, he's been thrust into a big role with us. And we just want him to feel confidence, right? Like, feel confident, whether you're on the ball, whether you're off the ball, be an attack guard, attack the rim. I mean, look at the way he makes free throws. He's improved a ton. He's going to become a very, very good shooter. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Very tenacious, very serious-minded. He's done an excellent job.
Thank you.
And we'll next go to Chip Towers, followed by Jordan Hill.
Yeah, we touched on this a little bit the other day, Coach, but, talking about Aaron Cook and Braylon Bridges, they're going to finish among top 3 or 2 for seasons for assist and shooting percentage. I don't want this to sound wrong, but that's without a lot of good players around them, right? I mean, can you just talk about their development and what they've been able to do despite, a lot of challenges as a team?
Well, I think the biggest challenge, Chip, and I know I've said this, but I mean, we basically played since Jalen got hurt without a true format. We went into the season with 2 of them, and PJ Horn and Jalen Ingram, 2 guys that you could play together or you could play in the same position. And we haven't had either one of them since whatever it was, December 7th, when Jalen got hurt. And so that is outside of point guard, that is the most valuable position I think you can have because of the versatility of that spot and what it entails. And those guys were hybrid 4s. I mean, which is, it's not the true power forward type of guy. It's a hybrid 4 that can do so many different things. So we've had to merge people into that spot throughout the season. But I think the fact that the ball moves, that we get the ball up the court, you know, we might not be as fast and as good a break as we had a year ago, but the ball is getting up the court. We get a lot of spacing. Our guys have gotten better there. And I said that about the foreman because Braylon Bridges, his passing ability is like a guard. And I think when you have a guy that can get out on the perimeter, that has gotten better as a driver, he can score in the low blocks. What he's done is he's gone to the other block much more than what he has in the past. His right hand has improved tremendously. And because of his ability to pass and it's just tremendous. I mean, it is absolutely tremendous. You can see why he was a good baseball pitcher because, I mean, he's got delivery. I mean, I imagine he was able to put the pitch where he wanted it, you know, when he played baseball, even though I never got to see that because he can deliver the ball. Now, sometimes he tries to hit a home run in baseball lingo rather than just hit the single, you know, with the passing. But again, you'd rather have a guy that can do that than one that can't. And I think when we say he's the best passing big in this league, I don't think we're wrong. And Aaron has done a really good job of trying to learn what we're trying to do. It's different for him. I think he was used to being in more set type of offenses, but our offense allows you to play very random and there's a lot of movement in it and there's a lot of cutting in it. And I think he's done a good job with that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
In Tennessee's win on Saturday against Auburn, they out-rebounded Auburn by a significant margin. Was there anything that kind of stood out to you about what Tennessee was able to do and just how big is rebounding going to be in this game?
Well, rebounding with transition defense, like I said, is going to be absolutely the key. That's a big deal when you're out rebounding Auburn like that because Auburn's a tremendous rebounding team. There's no doubt about it. Tennessee is so big, and I think what we're going to see tomorrow night is they're even much bigger than we think once we see them in person. And we're going to have 5 people around that paint. Yes, you have to block out. Yes, you've got to be physical, but your guards have got to get in. If we don't guard rebound, we're not going to have success because we're going to have to hit. It's going to be all hands on deck when that shot goes up because not only are their big guys so good, but James and people like that can rebound the basketball. But the speed that they play with puts you in rotation a lot, and that's where they get a lot of tips. That's where they come in from underneath. You know, they follow things up because the guards attack the rim at such a high level between what Ziegler and Chandler do. So you have to be really, really cognizant of not just watching the ball. You got to hit your man. And the other part of this is going to be huge for us is 2-hand rebounds. You try to rebound with these guys with one hand, you're not getting it. You're just not going to get it. If you try to hit these guys with one arm, you're not going to block them out. They're just, they're too old. They're too old. They're experienced. They've been together. They're stronger. They've got an older team, and it shows.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.